Behaving Wealthy presents the High Worth Shift podcast. Behaving Wealthy. Be, have wealth. Who do you have to be to have wealth? The only difference between rich and broke is worthiness. Your behaviors and your habits are a reflection of your feelings of worth. I'm Robin A. Young, and I'm here to give you enough simple, rich behaviors to increase your worth, your wealth, and your freedom. In fact, my promise to you is that every rich behavior I share could yield you 3 times richer results, creating your high worth shift. It's Robin A. Young, certified financial planner and CEO of Behaving Wealthy. I'm so excited that you've chosen to spend your valuable time with me. Let's set you up for success. You deserve to win. You deserve to win effortlessly. You deserve to win automatically. The No Matter What Club will help you do just that. Success is a habit. Once you build and maintain this habit, then success is sustainably yours. It seems so simple when I say it, doesn't it? It is simple, but it's not easy. 3 challenges can stand in your way to making success a habit. The first challenge is that most people don't set themselves up for success. People underestimate what it takes to create a new habit. A new habit requires you to complete an exchange. You have 24 hours in each and every day. Right now, you fill your 24 hours with your current habits. If you want a different outcome, then you must execute a different action. If you expect a different outcome with the same actions, then you believe in magical thinking. Magical thinking is believing you'll receive an outcome without working for it. As a friendly reminder, there are no free lunches. I would like to remind you of the definition of insanity. Doing the same tasks over and over, but expecting different results is insanity. If you truly want different results, then you must take different actions. The second reason that creating a new habit is a challenge, people are too hard on themselves. We are taught to judge our mistakes so harshly. We are taught that imperfections should be barely tolerated. For this reason, most people have a low tolerance for mistakes. Mistakes trigger feelings of unworthiness. The truth? New mistakes are blessings. New mistakes are feedback. New mistakes tell us where we need to grow, learn, or improve. If you improve 1% weekly, then you'll be 52% better than you are today within a year. New mistakes are designed to lead you to your best version of you. In fact, you'll be 100% better than where you are today in less than 2 years. How cool is that? And finally, the third challenge to creating a new habit is a lack of faith. You must be willing to take the steps before you see the results. You must believe that you'll achieve and sustain your desired outcomes because of your new habit. That requires faith. That requires you to believe before you have evidence that your efforts are working. Faith is the ability to believe without proof. You must believe until you generate your desired results. Robert Louis Stevenson says, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." Wealthy people understand the concept of sowing seeds. They know that when you plant seeds daily or weekly, then those seeds will reap into something bigger and greater in the future. They also know that the rewards will be worth the wait. My clients with the best consistent outcomes schedule a consistent time to complete their rich behaviors. Consistently executed rich behaviors trigger the multiplier effect. When you execute our suggested rich behaviors, you build something that multiplies. With each completed rich behavior, you're planting a seed. You sow a seed, you reap a harvest. The key is that you accept that you may not see the fruit immediately. You must be resolved to keep going until you see the results you deserve. In fact, I teach my clients the private promise plan. The private promise plan is a predetermined time period that you'll take a new action. During the private promise plan, you commit to completing a new behavior no matter what. Your most important goal is building the habit of committing an average of 10 minutes on a consistent basis so that you can get your financial life in order. Initially, your focus is not on the results. Your focus is on completing the activity no matter what. The best private promise plan lasts for at least 90 days. For 90 straight days, you keep a private promise to yourself. Your sole goal during the first 90 days is to keep the promise to yourself of creating the habit of dedicating 10 minutes to building financial freedom. The keys to success during this time: don't share your plans with anyone that doesn't need to know. Don't get distracted by what other people think of you and your situation. It helps you avoid focusing on being judged by others as you are improving slowly and not yet seeing results. Don't divide your energy on the new habit and justifying the new habit to others. All you have to do is keep your word to yourself for 90 days as you create the new habit. Just focus on monitoring your commitment to yourself during this period. By the end of the 90 days, you'll have more confidence because you honored your commitment to yourself, and you'll have results that will encourage you to maintain the habit. You know, one of the best byproducts of completing the private promise plan, you eliminate money shame. How amazing is that? Without money shame, you won't avoid or procrastinate. You will easily and consistently execute your rich behaviors. Your richer results will flow and flow and flow. It's time to execute today's rich behavior, which is to commit to your private promise plan. Your private promise plan is required for entry into the No Matter What Club, which is a club for people who take baby steps to eliminate their money shame and keep commitments to themselves no matter what. No matter what means targeted focus on your freedom. Your freedom to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want. If you want this reality, then I invite you to join the No Matter What Club today. The only criteria to join and maintain membership is consistency. Choose you and eliminate money shame. Commit to a 10-minute rich behavior every day to jumpstart your trust for yourself and help you eliminate money avoidance. Every day for 10 minutes, you will do something to get your financial life in order. For example, you will organize your financial statements for your checking, savings, and retirement accounts, or create a debt repayment schedule by listing what you owe and the interest percentage you are paying on each debt you have, and create a plan to pay off your debt. Or you can listen to the High Worth Shift podcast one day and execute the rich behavior in each podcast the next day. Or you can review your money shame list from last week's episode and commit to making progress on one or all of the situations that are currently causing you money shame. The key is to do a 10-minute rich behavior every day for 90 days, no matter what. This will jumpstart your commitment to you and help you trust you. When you trust you, you eliminate money shame. Without money shame, you can always face your money truth. When you know the truth, you can take your next best action. Each next best action will solidify that you can keep your promise to yourself. To start your private promise plan, write a commitment to yourself that you will complete a daily rich behavior, no matter what. This is what I want you to write down. You may have to rewind this section a couple of times because I want you to write down this sentence. I insert your full name, am starting my private promise plan today. Insert today's date for the next 90 days. I am making this private promise to me that I will commit to completing a 10-minute rich behavior daily so that I can get my financial life in order. Regardless of what happens, deadlines, obligations, illnesses, or simply fatigue, I will do this every day no matter what. Your first focus is not on results. Your focus is on completing the activity no matter what. It doesn't need to be great. It doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, expect it to be imperfect. And don't do 11 minutes. Don't do 18 minutes. Set a timer if you must. It's critical that you do 10 minutes or less so that it is easy to come back tomorrow for the next action. You can do anything for 10 minutes, can't you? You are building trust with yourself. Creating financial and life freedom will be a natural outcome. Are you willing to commit to you? I sure hope so. If you want more to show for your hard work, then you must maximize your time. How do you want to spend your one life? Specifically, how do you want to spend your time? There are 24 hours in a day. Remember that everyone has the same amount of time in any given day. However, some people are more efficient and productive with their time. You and Oprah have the same amount of time. She is maximizing hers to yield billions. It's your turn to maximize your time. And I know that you're busy, which means that there is a low probability that you'll consistently fit a new habit into your busy schedule. And yet, the only way to succeed is to add rich behaviors to your calendar. Your priorities are reflected in how you spend your time and your money. So you must exchange something that you are currently doing that doesn't give you enough to show for your hard work with something that will give you a better return. What are you doing right now that is not creating life or financial freedom? Or what are you doing right now that is creating debt or financial dependence? I'm asking you to review your current life to determine whether there's at least one 10-minute slot that is not paying off for you. You can exchange that time for a behaving, wealthy, rich behavior. This is how you begin your private promise plan. What are you willing to exchange for financial freedom? If you're still here, then I know you must want more financial and life freedom. It's time to commit to what you deserve. You're more likely to honor your private promise plan if three things are true. One, you really want it. Two, it's scheduled on your calendar. And three, you have an accountability partner. I can help you with two of the three. I can be your accountability partner, and now is the time to schedule your rich behavior. Today's goal is to schedule your first 90-day private promise plan. To get maximum results, you would schedule your 10-minute rich behavior at 9 a.m. every morning. That means that you'll execute at least 90 rich behaviors over your first 90-day private promise plan. How amazing is that? Imagine how you could transform your financial life and eliminate money shame with 90 rich behaviors. Is that worth it for you? Let me remind you of how one rich behavior can yield amazing results for you. Let's say that your one rich behavior is to increase your 401k contribution by 1%. Let's say that your 1% increase is $50 per month. Then that one automated rich behavior could yield you nearly $65,000 more at retirement. What if your 1% increase is $1,000? $1,000 per month, then that one automated rich behavior could yield you nearly $1.3 million more for retirement. Would an additional $65,000 or $1.3 million be worth it to you in exchange for one 10-minute rich behavior? A 10-minute rich behavior today can be worth so much in the future. Your actions today create your experience tomorrow. So the only reason that you would not stop what you are currently doing that is not giving you joy or freedom right now is if you have a worthy block. That means that you're choosing low worth over high worth. When you choose low worth and procrastinate, you block your riches. Low worth triggers unhealthy and unproductive fear and opinions, unhealthy and unproductive worry and doubt. Low worth creates heavy emotions and a scarcity mentality and ultimately broken habits. Low worth means shame, which means paralysis. High worth would compel you to schedule and start your 90-day private promise plan right now. Will you make the high worth choice or the low worth choice? Your power lies in your choice. High worth equals more wealth, and more freedom. Low worth creates more shame, more anxiety, and more money problems. My ask is that you make a high worth shift, which increases your worthiness. The only difference between rich and broke is worthiness. It's time to execute today's rich behavior. Commit to your private promise plan. For 90 straight days, you keep a private promise to yourself. You learn to trust you. And what's the benefit to you of trusting you? You eliminate money shame. A mind free of money shame and money anxiety is priceless. Imagine never worrying about money again. Imagine having a financial reality that makes you hold your head high because you trust you and you are proud of you and your money truth. Now that you know today's rich behavior, it's time to make your move. Tell us when you complete today's rich behavior and what richer results you experience because you took today's baby step. Text 888-85-WORTH, 888-85-96784. We want to know how you are increasing your worth, your wealth, and your freedom. I know you're worth it, and I want you to know you're worth it. Most importantly, I want you to behave like you're worth it. If you loved what you learned today, please be sure to hit the follow button so you never miss a future episode, and leave a review to help me reach even more listeners just like you looking to maximize and turn their hard-earned income into more. The High Worth Shift podcast is created and copywritten in partnership with Robin A. Young and Behaving Wealthy. Be sure to rate, review, and follow the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Especially, be sure to rate, review, and follow the podcast if you really liked it. My promise to you is in every episode to give you one rich behavior that can yield you 3 times richer results. That gives you a 300% return on your time spent with me. Remember, richer results are on the other side of today's rich behavior. You are worth more. It's time to make your move.